Hummingbirds are birds native to the Americas and comprise the biological family Trochilidae, with approximately 366 species and 113 genera. They occur from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, but most species are found in Central and South America. As of 2024, 21 hummingbird species are listed as endangered or critically endangered, with numerous species declining in population. Hummingbirds have varied specialized characteristics to enable rapid, maneuverable flight, exceptional metabolic capacity, adaptations to high altitude, sensitive visual and communication abilities, and long-distance migration in some species. Among all birds, male hummingbirds have the widest diversity of plumage color, particularly in blues, greens, and purples. Hummingbirds are the smallest mature birds, measuring 7.5 to 13 centimeters, 3 to 5 inches in length. The smallest is the 5 centimeters. The bee hummingbird, which weighs less than 2 centimeters, and the largest is the 23 centimeters. The giant hummingbird, weighing 18 to 24 grams. They are known as hummingbirds because of the humming sound created by their beating wings, which flap at high frequencies audible to other birds and humans. Hummingbirds have the highest mass-specific metabolic rate of any homeothermic animal to conserve energy when food is scarce and at night. They can enter torpor, a state similar to hibernation, and slow their metabolic normal rate. Hummingbirds are the smallest known and smallest living avian theropod dinosaurs. The iridescent colors and highly specialized feathers of many species, mainly in males, give some hummingbirds exotic common names, such as sun, gem, fairy, woods tar, sapphire, or sylph. Across the estimated 366 species, hummingbird weights range from as small as 2 grams to as large as 20 grams. They have characteristic long, narrow beaks, bills, which may be straight, of varying lengths, or highly curved. The bee hummingbird, only 6 centimeters long and weighing about 2 grams, is the world's smallest birds. Hummingbirds have compact bodies with relatively long, blade-like wings having anatomical structure enabling helicopter-like flight in any direction, including the ability to hover. Particularly while hovering, the wing beats produce the humming sounds, which function to alert other birds. Hummingbird legs are short with feet having 3 toes pointing forward and 1 backward, the hallux. The toes of hummingbirds are formed as claws with ridged inner surfaces to aid gripping onto flower stems or petals. Hummingbirds do not walk on the ground or hop like most birds. The sexes differ in feather coloration, with males having distinct brilliance and ornamentation of head, neck, wing, and breast feathers. The most typical feather ornament in males is the gorget, a bib-like iridescent neck feather patch that changes brilliance with the viewing angle to attract females and warn male competitors away from territory. Hummingbirds begin mating when they are a year old. 22. Sex occurs over 3 to 5 seconds when the male joins its cloaca with the females, passing sperm to fertilize the female's eggs. Hummingbird females build a nest resembling a small cup about 1.5 inches, 3.8 centimeters, in diameter, commonly attached to a tree branch using spider webs, lichens, moss, and loose strings of plant fibers. Typically, 2 pea-shaped white eggs, the smallest of any bird, are incubated over 2 to 3 weeks in breeding season, fed by regurgitation only from the mother. The chicks fledge about 3 weeks after hatching. Although most hummingbird species live in remote habitats where their population numbers are difficult to assess, population studies in the United States and Canada indicate that the ruby-throated hummingbird numbers are around 34 million. Rufous hummingbirds are around 19 million. Black-chinned, Annas, and broad-tailed hummingbirds are about 8 million each. Calliopes at 4 million, and Costa's and Allen's hummingbirds are around 2 million each. Several species exist only in the thousands or hundreds. The hummingbird moth has flying and feeding characteristics similar to those of a hummingbird. Hummingbirds may be mistaken for hummingbird hawk moths, which are large, flying insects with hovering capabilities and exist only in Eurasia. Hummingbirds are restricted to the Americas from south-central Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, including the Caribbean. The majority of species occur in tropical and subtropical Central and South America. The greatest species richness is in humid tropical and subtropical forests of the northern Andes and adjacent foothills, but the number of species found in the Atlantic forest, Central America, or southern Mexico also far exceeds the number found in southern South America, the Caribbean islands, the United States, and Canada. Relatively few hummingbirds migrate as a percentage of the total number of species, of the roughly 366 known hummingbird species. Only 12 to 15 species migrate annually, particularly those in North America. Most hummingbirds live in the Amazonia Central America tropical rainforest belt.